The second part of my platform is equality and paycheck fairness. There's people in Arizona don't make enough money, but some groups in Arizona make even less than that, so I want paycheck fairness for women and minorities, and by minorities, I'm not just talking about racial and ethnic minorities, I'm talking about the LGBTQ community too, because there's a lot of groups that are discriminated against in the workplace, and we need to bring them up. In Tucson is one of the worst cities in the country for wage gap between men and women. The median wage for women in Tucson is $10.75 an hour. That means that half of the women make less than $10.75 and half of them make more. So if we raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour, more than half of the women in Tucson would get a raise, because that's how suppressed the wages are in this town. And that's abominable, because a lot of these women, they have kids. A lot of them have, they're single moms, Daycare is $700 a month. If you're making $8 at McDonald's, you can't afford anything more than daycare. You can't afford an apartment. That means you're shacking up with somebody else or living with your mother or something like that. And as long as these people at the bottom are hurting, it's going to affect the rest of us, because we're going to have to pay more in food stamps, we pay more in child care subsidies, Section 8 housing. There's all sorts of things. And if we had those big corporations like McDonald's and Walmart paying a fair wage to those workers, the rest of us wouldn't have to fill in the gaps. The government wouldn't have to fill in the gaps. And in Arizona, we see the legislature cutting those services to those people. They cut unemployment to like 1 year, I think it was. They want to cut food stamps now. What are these people supposed to do? They need a living wage. So part of this also with this equality thing is the Equal Rights Amendment. In Arizona and actually nationwide, women will never have equality unless we have control over our bodies, we have equal pay, we have an equal voice in government, not just a few, little seats here and there, and we have the Equal Rights Amendment. The first person to suggest the Equal Rights Amendment in Arizona was Sandra Day O'Connor back in the 70s. I want to be the last person to suggest the Equal Rights Amendment in Arizona. We only need 3 states to pass it, and of course, Arizona is one of the laggard states that never passed it.